Get ready to enter the Thrive Time Show.
We started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom, now we here.
We started from the bottom, now we're on the top. Teaching you the systems to get what we got. Colton Dixon's on the hooks, I break down the books. Z's bringing some wisdom and the good looks. As the father of five, that's why I'm alive. So if you see my wife and kids, please tell them hi. It's the C&Z up on your radio. And now 3, 2, 1, here we go.
We started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom and we'll show you how to get.
All right, Thrivers, we're here today with America's best business coach, Clay Clark. Thank you for being in the building.
Boom.
We have a mailbag question today. It comes from Charlene in Mississippi. She says, how do I get more done and get more organized? I hear about you with your 5 kids and the different businesses, and I just don't know how you can fit it all in and then also find time to write books, do speaking events, etc. And you do keep a really wicked pace. So how do you do that, Clay?
Well, one is you've known me through all different phases of
Yes.
life, and so I can tell you, Charlene, one thing that's important is never compare yourself to somebody who you don't want their lifestyle.
That's a good tip.
So you need to, like, just overall, if you want the lifestyle that I live or the goals that I have, then you
Correct.
should worry about that. But you want to define right now. So step number 1 here, okay, is you want to define a crystal clear description of the person that you want to be.
Gotcha.
So don't let me decide that.
Okay.
And I'm just being real. I mean, I've got a very good friend, Sharita, who's a very good friend, who his stated goal is to live off the grid and to do software development and to really minimize phone calls, emails, interactions, trips to town.
Yeah.
He just wants to be,
That's his crystal clear goal.
that's his thing.
Uh-huh.
So I would go nuts if I
Right,
lived.
not yours.
Right. So do you want to define the 5 F's? We're going to fire them off, okay?
Sweet.
So you've got the faith.
Faith.
This is the F5. We live in Oklahoma. It's kind of the tornado capital of the world here. This is like the life tornado, okay? So here we go.
Yeah.
You want to define your goals for your faith, for your family, for your finances, for your friendships, and for your fitness. Just define those goals and don't let anybody else put those goals on you. I talked to a young lady yesterday who is a fitness competition lady, probably, 2% body fat,
Yeah.
and she walks around just rocked up.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that she's wrong or weird because she's
Right.
obsessed with fitness. It just
Right.
means that that's what she's obsessed with.
She's crystal clear about her
100%.
vision.
And I've watched the sacrifices that she makes to be successful in that area.
Carbs. Yeah.
Everything. I mean, seriously, she
Sugar,
just
yeah.
sugar,
Yeah.
carbs, TV.
Right.
I mean, she's in the gym all the time, but she feels good about achieving her goals.
She's being true to herself.
Absolutely. And so I'm going to give you a little fact that I think it blew my mind away, a mystic statistic I want to share with you.
Sweet.
It says 52.3% of people are unhappy at work, according to a new report from the Conference Board, the New York-based nonprofit research firm. This was published in Forbes, okay? But what we're talking about is 52% of people right now,
That's so sad.
probably not you, probably
That's
other
so
people.
sad. Not us.
Yeah, not us. You know, there's
sad.
people who are watching the show
Yeah.
right now, and you're like, you don't want to be there at the jobby job, but you're there because you really, check it out, you didn't even want to buy the house you live in now, but you bought the house because you felt like society thought you should.
Preach.
So you're driving a car that other people, you have 2 cars
All
because
right.
society
I
says
need
you
an
should.
organ. I need
Yeah.
to like.
Well,
That's awesome.
society's
Preach.
saying that you should have 2 cars, and society's saying that you should have a big house,
Yeah.
and society's saying. So you're doing all that to keep up with the Joneses,
Right.
but the Joneses have no money either.
And the Joneses ain't even looking at you. How
That's
about that?
right.
Right? They're not
Right.
paying you any attention.
So I'm just telling you, a very, very good friend of mine, he passed away, unfortunately, and at a young age. And when he passed away, his parents decided, you know what? We just want, because they looked back at the son they lost, and they're like, maybe we wish we had more time. They're not like in regret. They just are going, we have 2 other kids. Let's make some changes.
Right.
So they decided to have 1 car. So true story, she drives him to work, drops him off, and he has 1 car. He does not have a cell phone. She has a cell phone. And when he's at work, he doesn't have a cell phone.
Yeah.
You can call the office. And they've cut their expenses in every area in half.
Right.
And they are super happy. And it's a neat story. But the F5, faith,
I love
family,
that.
finance.
I love that. And how that's different for everyone else. You know what I mean? Like for each person, it's like you don't have to try to be like someone else and copy what they're doing. You have to be true to yourself.
Absolutely. And the reason why you have to be true to yourself is because these are the statistics that are showing this. Another study that was done, it was featured here, unbelievable. It says only 43% of survey respondents said that achieving the American dream is possible in this economy, according to a recent survey from personal finance site LearnVest and Chase Blueprint. This was published in Huffington Post. What are we saying? The American dream isn't, who cares if it's possible if it's not your dream?
Right. It has to be personal. Like, I might not want, if you don't want kids, if you don't want to own a house, if you want to travel, if you do want kids, it's a personalized vision that you have to have for your life.
And I'm just trying to give specifics to help you.
Yeah, that's good.
So many people feel this pressure to go on vacation.
Yeah.
And some people want to go because they love it.
Right.
So ask yourself. These
Like
areas.
I like to travel. Like that's
Boom.
important to me. You know what I mean?
Faith,
So,
right?
Mhm.
Family. For family, she likes to travel.
Right.
Family, right? Faith, family, finance, fitness, friendships. Think about that. So for me, I like to have very few relationships.
Me too, but I want deep quality ones.
Yes.
Yes.
That's me. But I know a very good friend of mine, he loves meeting. We just talked about it.
Right.
And he goes, I'm trying to network with as many business owners as possible and take them fishing.
Why fishing?
He just loves fishing and he loves meeting people.
You know what? He's being true to his.
Yeah,
his
so he's
dream.
literally, and for me, I would go,
Good for
this
him.
is not a good
Yeah, I
deal.
wouldn't like that either, but it works for him.
Exactly. And then in terms of vacation, every time I go, my wife knows I'm going,
That's my husband. I mean, he's doing it, but he's like ready to go back to work as
the
soon as
entire
possible.
time I'm just like, dude, where
he's
do I?
trying to relax.
I'm
He's
sitting in the
like-
bed, like, this is not my bed.
Right.
Where's my
Right. I miss
magic?
my house. Yeah, I miss my house. Yeah.
So all I'm saying is it's very important that you define your own goals. I'm going to fire through a bunch of other things real quick here.
Knock
It's
it
very,
out.
very, very important that we get this, okay?
Sweet.
A notable quotable that I thought was fabulous by Stephen Covey. He says, but until a person can say deeply and honestly, I am what I am today because of the choices I made yesterday, that person cannot say I choose otherwise. What we're saying is if you're discontent, you're not successful right now, but you're not able to look at your choices and to say, I am where I am because of what I've done.
Right.
I had a knockout, drag out conversation with a person who used to work here about a year ago. And he was like, the reason why I'm at right now is because of these financial situations. And I'm like, bro. Listen, I grew up without financial, we didn't have a big financial windfall. We weren't wealthy. We didn't have a lot of money.
Right.
My wife's had a couple miscarriages. We've had surgeries.
Yeah.
We've had family illnesses. We've had all that. But you know what we've done? We lived without air conditioning, and we drove one car that we bought for $1,000 that was paid for. You have a new car. You've always lived in a nice apartment with a
What
big.
is that about?
You got a big
What
flat
is that
screen.
about?
You are where you are financially because of your choices. If you want to live a different way,
You have to take responsibility.
that's right.
Right.
So we're just talking about number one, this first big step here is you really, really have to define where you want to be. Another notable quotable from Michael Hyatt. He says, what could be a better use of your time than establishing a game plan for your life? You need to sit down and say, where do I want to go?
That's good. A game plan for your life. That's so good.
Nobody's doing that.
That's
and
so
so
good.
I'm just trying to knowledge bombs everywhere.
I like that, a game plan for your life, because it's easy to make game plans for everything else and forget, where am I going?
Most
You know?
people spend more time planning a vacation than they do their life.
Wow.
So it's just big. Now, another notable quote, Michael Gerber. Michael Gerber, he wrote the book E-Myth.
E-Myth.
He says, I believe it's true that the difference between great people and everyone else is that great people create their lives exactly and actively while everyone else is created by their lives. What are we talking about? Successful people sit down and say, this is how I want to do it.
This is where I'm going. This is what I want. Purposeful. They're purposeful.
I went to Dr. Zellner's house the first time, and we go into that man cave.
Yeah.
And he literally has it's like a cave, like stone
Yeah.
sort of deal with this fireplace.
Yeah.
And he looks out over the water, and I'm going, wow, that's awesome.
Right. This is nice.
But he designed it that way.
Yeah. Intentional.
Intentional. And not immediately. He didn't grow up wealthy.
Right.
Over time, he had to design his life actively. So, Thrivers, big stuff. Final notable quotable I want to give you here. This is from Tim Ferriss, the author of The 4-Hour Workweek. He has a fabulous knowledge bomb. He says, a person's success in life can usually be measured by the number of uncomfortable conversations he or she is willing to have.
Whoa, that's good.
So I'm saying that the way you live is if you sit down with your F5 and you really, really define where you want to go, it's not going to be where most people want to go.
Right. That uncomfortable conversations part.
I mean, it's just an example. I can think of like 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in college, I remember saying, I want to build a successful business.
Mm-hmm.
I need you guys to get out of my room.
Yes.
And they were like, what? And we used to have a guy on our floor whose name I will not divulge,
Yes.
who used to come into the room naked.
Oh.
And he would just show, it's the college dorm room
Yeah,
thing. And as
yeah.
an adult, you probably go to jail, but in college, it's
Right.
normal.
For some reason,
But he
yeah.
would just come into the room naked. and
That's
he'd be-
also a male thing also. Just
Okay.
saying girls, we don't do that, yeah.
So he would just come into the room and he would go, so you want to play some video games? And I'm like,
No,
why
bro.
are you? And I'm like, you need to put on some clothes.
No.
And he's like,
yeah.
are you uncomfortable with my nudity? And I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
But he just loved the shock of that. And then after he would leave, we'd have that conversation.
Right,
Then I get a
right.
boop, boop, boop on my door. They go, hall meeting.
Oh, I
I'm like,
hated that.
Dude,
yeah.
why are we having a hall meeting?
Yeah.
Because the brethren on the floor, we need to. And then, boop, 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 chaplain. Hey, Kalei, do you have any spiritual
How you
prayer?
doing, brother?
You need spirit? I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't want to pray with you.
Right.
I want you to leave because I'm trying to be like, boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom. And I'm not kidding, Trita.
Yeah.
Trista, I went through 3 roommates in 3 semesters.
What was that about?
Because
What
I was
happened?
trying to start my
Yeah, what
business.
was that? So you were intense, you were focused, passionate.
Well,
I remember you back then.
I turned my
too.
desk into a studio.
Yes, yes.
And I turned my phone import into, or my phone port into a credit card terminal.
Yes, love it.
And I told the roommate, hey, this is here
Just
is
so
to
you know.
run the credit cards. And I'm running cards. You cannot be on the phone. This
Yes.
is before cell phones.
Yes, I love it.
And
I
he
love
was
it.
like, that's not cool. I'm like, no, it's not cool for you not to accept this.
Right, it is what it is, bro. Yeah.
And he was like, dude. So I'm not kidding. I told one of the
That's
roommates,
great.
I said, I will pay you
Yes.
$100 a week so I can use I used his mattress
Yes.
to soundproof my room. And he goes,
Did he take it?
yeah, well, for $150.
Oh, good
True story.
negotiation.
So he ended
Yeah.
up sleeping on the floor for his entire semester before he moved out. So I'm just saying, and people thought, dude, you are brutal, but you know what? You have to.
focused.
And I didn't care if anyone liked me. I
Right.
cared about being able to.
Oh.
So I'm just saying, you have to sit down, and for the person, let's say you were my roommate,
Right.
and your goals were to have a normal college
Yes,
existence.
experience. Yeah, this
Then-
is not the place for
Then you would have to say, we cannot be roommates.
Right,
You
right.
must leave, or I must leave.
That's
but we
that
will-
uncomfortable conversation that has to happen.
and that's why
right?
the people left.
Right.
So-
and I will say you weren't a mean person, right? Because I think sometimes people think to be successful and be focused, you have to be mean.
I was not mean.
You're not
but
mean, but-
I wasn't mean, but I was definitely. There's no negotiation here.
Right,
You are
right.
definitely. So now, step number 2
Yeah.
is you want to define what makes you happy and define what irritates you. Okay, so define what makes you happy and what irritates you. Your ideal schedule.
Okay, I need to touch on the happy thing because happy's like a big thing. I just want to be happy. Like, what do you mean by happy? Because that's something we hear all the time in our culture. You know?
Okay, well, I'm going to read just some definitions because I don't even agree with some of these, but I'm going to read them. So, Mother Teresa.
I loved her.
When you
Love her heart.
you,
She's
my
a
wife,
humanitarian.
would
I love
probably
her.
agree
Love her.
with Mother Teresa, and I don't know, but she says this. She says, "Spread love everywhere you go. Let no one ever come to you without leaving happier."
Okay, what's wrong with that? Why don't you?
I
like
don't
that?
agree with it
Why?
because I don't care if you're happy
Really?
at all. I
all.
care about if I'm happy, and then so like example.
But that sounds so mean, and you're not a mean person.
Okay, that's true. But here's an example.
Yeah.
Like my dad, we went down to Waco.
Yes.
And he's, unfortunately dying of ALS.
Yeah.
And so he wanted to do a big thing for my dad.
Yeah.
So we took him down there for his high school reunion.
Awesome.
And it was awesome.
Yeah.
And he got a chance to see people he hadn't seen since high school.
Sweet.
Had a chance to just live the high school moments,
Yeah.
to greet people, share stories with them, and just
And
be
he
there.
had connections with those people. I mean, that was a small, tight knit community,
1971, Waco,
Yeah.
Texas,
Awesome.
and so he was a valedictorian, and he was the top
Oh,
basketball
sweet.
player, and so he's got the mask on and stuff, but for him to be convenienced, everyone else had to be inconvenienced.
Right.
So I said openly to him, I said,
Right.
"Dad, I'm here to serve you for this weekend,"
That's awesome.
and then I said, "And that's the last act of kindness I'll ever do." And I was just joking. I did. I was just joking with him. I did. I
yeah.
did say it because I was just messing with my dad. And my dad's like, "Well, hey, thanks a lot."
Thanks.
So
Yeah.
we go there. So we're sitting out. We're going out to this Mexican restaurant, and one of the people with us says, "Tom, I think you should do boom, 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 and get some rest." And I said, "Tom, Dad,
Yeah.
Dad, do you want to get rest, or do you
Right.
want to
Do you
party?
want to rock on?
Do you
Yeah.
want to party?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "I really want to be outside right now
Nice.
and enjoy this time with people." And the person says, "But you're not tired. You really need to get back. You're tired. You need to get back to the room." And he goes, no, I want to hang out with. And I said, hey, my dad's not confrontational.
Right.
So I look at the person. I said, if he's going to die tonight,
Right.
let's do it.
He's going out in a bang. He's doing it the way he wants to. Yeah.
And that made someone else unhappy.
Right.
Because he chose, now that person wanted to go inside. It was humid.
Right.
They thought they should take a nap.
Right.
But that's not what
He
we're doing.
didn't need that. Yeah.
And so therefore that other person chose not to be happy.
Yeah.
As a result, they could see them going.
Yeah, they're kind of bummed about it.
Right.
But it made your dad happy.
That's
because
right.
That's what he wanted.
So I'm saying like, in a deeper level, like the idea of American freedom.
Yes.
If we were to export that to North Korea, Kim Jong-un would not be happy. Right?
Right.
But if
right.
he exported communism
Right.
to us, we would not be happy.
Right.
All I'm getting at is you
Yeah.
have to figure out what makes you happy. Another notable quote, well, this is the one that I do agree with, and everyone probably won't agree with. That's fine. Russell Simmons, he says this. He says, the goal is to be able to live your life the way Michael Jordan played basketball or Marvin Gaye sang a song. To be able to feel the way you when you laugh at a joke, but to feel that way all the time.
I do like that.
That's what I'm all about. I'm all about, hey, if you don't like me, then stop talking to me
Right.
and
We don't
find
have to
someone
be
that you
around each
do
other.
like.
Yeah.
And so
I get that. I like that. I get that.
Dr. Zellner loves soccer.
Yeah. My
I don't
husband
understand
does
it.
too.
I don't understand it.
My husband played. He's
Do you
great.
like soccer?
I do now because I've learned from my husband, but initially, no. I was not
Well,
into
let me,
it.
on behalf of the whole world who loves soccer, let me just offend everyone.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
just watching the ball.
I didn't either. I thought it was like kickball, at first.
And
but
your husband and people like that can kick the ball like
with precision. It's like they have technique and a skill.
they
and,
kick the ball and it goes over here and they
Right.
put a little twist.
Right.
And then there's always these Europeans who are like, oh, I got hurt. Oh.
They are dramatic. Yeah, we do talk about that. Yeah.
Go on YouTube and watch
They
these
are
highlights.
dramatic.
They're like, oh, my hamstring. And then 2 minutes later, they're like, I'm
They
back
get
in.
up and play. Yeah.
It's faking injuries.
Yeah.
Anyway, all I'm saying is, but someone else watches basketball and it's like, this is what is
Yeah.
a sport?
Yeah.
All I'm getting at is, I am the kind of man who I was had a chance recently. A friend of mine goes, hey, do you want to go to an MLS game with me?
You're
And I
like,
said,
nope.
nope.
Yep.
Here's why. I said, because I hate it.
Right,
I
right.
hate the game.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm
Yeah.
going to be a negative person if I'm with you. You want to go with someone else.
Yeah. Somebody's going to enjoy it.
I used to be the kind of guy, though,
Yeah.
who would go.
And I don't believe that.
True. Yeah, true. So this is what I would do. I would go to these things where I would, like obligations.
Yeah.
So I found myself, true story, I found myself going to these Rotary events
Yeah.
and these chamber events
Yeah.
because people said I should.
Okay.
So I'm at every one of these networking events.
Right.
Because
This is what you should be doing. Should is dangerous. Like the should is always like the wrong thing.
there was a guy who got up, he was from India, and I'm not mocking anyone from India. This is just how he said. He goes, if you are not networking, you're not working.
Okay.
He was the head of this chamber group. He goes,
Okay.
if you're not networking, then you're not working. And I remember going, if I'm not networking, I'm not working. And I was like, I should network. So I'm finding myself passing out my cards.
Yeah.
Everyone at these networking events,
Yeah.
this particular one was either a realtor
Oh.
or a realtor
Right.
or an insurance guy
So not
or an
even,
MLMer.
Yeah.
The direct
Yeah.
selling multi-level
Yeah.
or a realtor.
Yeah.
And they're all like, do you want to meet to compare rates? And I'm going, no. I
This
do not."
doesn't apply to what I even.
But then I said, yes. Because if I'm not networking,
Yeah.
I'm not working. So I'm not kidding. Vanessa would be like, why is this man in our living room? And I'm like,
Right.
Jason's just here to network.
I'm networking. Okay.
Networking. Pretty
Yeah.
soon your schedule's filled with obligations, no time left for you. Boom. So just think
Okay.
about what you want. Now the third definition of happiness that I'm just getting gradually more offensive, I think. Okay. Gradually more counter-cultural. But this one says, achievement of your happiness is the only moral purpose of your life, and that happiness, not pain or mindless self-indulgence, is the proof of your moral integrity, since it is the proof and the result of your loyalty to the achievement of your values. A little bit deep, Ayn Rand. But what she's saying is like, you should put the achievement of your goals above everything else, and it shows that you're a moral person if you stand up for yourself, and maybe you don't agree. But the point is, just figure out what makes you happy.
I think happiness is such a loaded word. Like, is this your purpose? Is this what, you know what I mean? Because I just hear people, I just want to be happy.
I've written down my happiness.
What is your happiness written down?
Family time.
Yes.
I love time with my family.
Yes.
I love pinyon wood.
That is a nice smell.
I
The
love
chimenea.
Yeah, I love the pinyon wood.
Yeah, I like it too.
I love Justin Timberlake's albums.
He's good.
I
He's got
love
soul.
the 2020 Experience Live.
Yeah, he's got soul.
And I love the American Flag Vintage.
Okay.
So these are things I put around myself.
These
I
are
listen
really
to.
your happy things, truly.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
I get irritated. You've probably seen, if there's no overhead music in the office, I'm like,
Yes. What's going on here?
Does someone hate me?
Right.
And there's other people who are like, I prefer to work better without overhead music.
Right.
I'm like, put some headphones on,
Right,
homie.
Right, deal with it. Yeah,
You
deal
know
with
what
it.
I'm saying?
So happiness is a personalized thing. You have to define what happiness means to
Think
you.
about it, though. Think about it.
Right.
Think about. I literally. I'm not kidding, Thrivers. I literally freak out if I'm in places where there's no music.
Yeah,
I can't
definitely.
stand it.
Here's my issue that I have with the happy thing.
Go for it.
I think a lot of times people make happiness like it's your responsibility to make me happy. And that's what I don't like about what our culture
No.
does with happy, because I'm going, that's not my responsibility.
No, you have to make yourself happy.
Yeah.
And I'm saying to you, Thrivers, I just know this. You're probably you're going to a soccer game. Maybe you love soccer, and you're going to a basketball game with a jerk like me, and you don't want to.
Yeah.
But you're there because you feel out of obligation.
Right.
Maybe you're going to a some sort of religious gathering, like on Sunday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Friday, Thursday. I met one guy who literally, he goes, I go to church Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesday. I go on Tuesdays because I help out with this, and Thursdays.
That would be too much for me personally.
And I'm going, so you go 5 days a week, and I go 4 days, but I go 5 times.
Right.
Really?
That would be too much.
Somebody
for me.
else goes, though, I need to go. I know one of my friends who literally goes, Mark, he's not my friend, but I read a story about Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
He every day starts his day with a certain prayer. He loves to
Right.
go to the church.
Right.
Everyone can do your own thing, but you've
Right.
got to figure it out. What makes
Right.
you happy, not who can make you happy.
I understand. That's what I had a problem with that. It's a personal
I
thing.
couldn't agree with you more. Now, step number 3 is you want to define what you are willing to do to achieve your ideal lifestyle and schedule.
Do being the key word in that.
What are you willing to do, and what are you not willing to do?
Right.
So I'm going to tell you what I'm willing to do, Thrivers, and this gets really weird.
Okay.
A Thriver called us yesterday
Yeah.
who really wants to franchise his business.
Sweet.
And he says, I really want to franchise my business. And I've been researching business coaches, and I've been finding, and I know that you've helped multiple people franchise.
Right.
And I know I want to hire you.
Okay.
So he's a Thriver. You're probably watching right now. But he wants
Awesome.
us to help him.
Sweet. We
So
can
he
do that.
says, I'd like to do it. And I'm not available, by the way. I'm booked at Stop Asking.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, he's like, I really want you.
Yeah.
And I said, here's the deal, bro. I can do it at 6 a.m. on Fridays.
Okay.
He goes, 6 a.m.? I said, yes, because I work with Launch Academy. It's a school that's growing. I do that at 7.
Right.
And then at 8, I meet with Camp Lockridge. It's a
Right.
local wedding venue in town. At 9 o'clock, I roll into, and then at 10, I roll into 11. I'm meeting with the orthodontist. At 12, he goes,
Right.
so you literally only have 6 a.m.
This is what I can do. This is
And
what I have
said,
available.
Our team can help you. We have
Right.
awesome coaches. There's no
Definitely.
contract. It's going to be great.
Right.
But if you want me, 6 a.m.
What did he say?
I'm not a morning person.
Oh, he wasn't willing to do it because it was like, you got to snatch that. That was
And I'm not
your
ripping
chance.
him because the second
Right.
step.
I mean, he has to be true to what works for him.
That's
but
right.
For
So-
me, I would have rearranged my life and become a morning person if I wanted, you know what I mean? If I wanted that.
So I'm saying to you, Thrivers,
Mm-hmm.
I have, just for you, just so you get it,
Right.
I'm willing to wake up at whatever time I need. I'm not willing to sleep less than 5 hours.
Yeah.
I will wake up whatever time I need to.
Right.
And I will work as long as I need to.
Right.
I want to see my family for 2 hours a day. And I want to sleep for 5 hours.
Right. So you set those parameters for yourself. This is what I have to do to be able to.
So today at
Live
2
the way I
a.m.
want.
when I got up,
Right.
2 a.m. you got up?
Yeah.
Went to bed at 9.
Right.
5 hours. I woke up at 2. You wake up at 2? I don't want to wake up at 2 every day, but I'm
You
willing.
do what you have to do.
Right. So I'm going to give you a notable quotable here, okay?
Sweet.
Being busy is a form of laziness, lazy thinking, and indiscriminate action, Tim Ferriss. What am I saying? It's possible to not define your boundaries and to just get busy.
Run around like a chicken with your head cut off.
And so now you haven't taken the time to define what you're willing to do
Yeah.
or not willing to do.
Right.
And now you're just busy because other people make you busy.
Right. Our culture is rampant with that too.
Yeah,
Just
and-
busy running around.
Absolutely. Now, another notable quotable says, winners embrace hard work. They love the discipline of it, the trade-off they're making to win. Losers, on the other hand, see it as punishment, and that's the difference. Lou Holtz.
Oh, that's good. Hard work.
Yeah, so I'm just saying is you, though, I mean, it disturbs me, but then I realize how great it is at the same time.
Yep.
It's really weird, but I went to Mission Beach in California
Yep.
with my wife. We kind of went up and down the coast there, and I go into this restaurant. They serve like coal-fired pizza,
Yep.
and this guy's playing his guitar. He sings like Jack Johnson.
Nice.
Awesome. And it occurs to me, I think he lives outside. So I pull the guy aside, and I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, what
What
do
do
you do?
you mean? Like lives
I
out?
think he's homeless.
Okay, like legit.
Yeah, and I said, what do you do? He goes, I live in a beach house by here, and I play music up and down the beach. I said, is this cool for you? He goes, oh, yeah. Like, weather here is awesome. I go, do you truly live in a beach house with you? Yeah, I like Airbnb'd it, bro. So it's like $39 a night. I stay upstairs. I'm like, the same person's house? No, it's just different every night, whatever.
Yeah.
And like, so he's got like his backpack with his sandals in it, and he's got his guitar, and he's awesome.
Yeah.
But I said, so how do you make money? He goes, well, I make, $200 a night.
Yeah.
So do you have a wife? No, I don't really want a wife. My music's my passion.
Yeah.
Do you have any kids? No.
No.
And I couldn't put my goals on him, but I sincerely detected, I went into it,
Yeah.
that he was happy.
Happy. He was living his truth, being true
It
to
was
his
awesome.
passion.
And
Yeah.
I was like,
that's refreshing.
This guy is a guitar playing vagabond
Yeah.
who is happy.
But he's free. He's happy. He's doing what he loves.
And we'll put this on the screen. I want to show you out to the
Interesting.
screen.
Yeah.
Put Lenny Kravitz's
Lenny.
abode on the screen.
Okay.
He lives in one of those silver, what is it? It's like
spaceship looking.
spaceship
pod.
looking, like
Yeah.
like pod looking, like RV deals on an island.
Yeah.
And he just was like, that's
Happy.
how I want to live.
Yeah.
Low cost of living, whatever.
Mad respect for that. I mean, really,
Yeah.
really and truly.
There's an article that came out about a Minnesota Viking player
Mm-hmm.
who did not spend any of his salary at all.
I saw that. I saw that.
And all his deal is he just lived off his per diem.
Yeah.
So he could living the millionaire lifestyle.
Right.
But he's like, no, I'm just going to live off the per day money I get from the
saw
team.
that. Mhm.
I mean, so again, don't let other people define.
Yeah.
Don't buy stuff. Don't buy flat screens because people say you should.
Right. Don't follow that pressure.
Now, the next notable quote I want to give you here says, the art of good decision making is looking forward to and celebrating the trade-offs, not pretending they don't exist.
Wow.
So this guy who's living basically on the beach,
Yeah.
he didn't look like remorseful, like, yeah, I don't have a house.
Yeah. It's
You
stressful.
could tell he was like embracing
He
it.
chose that for himself.
Yeah, so Thrivers.
And he doesn't have a family that he's responsible for. That's the trade-off. His music is his family, his wife, his kid. Yeah.
Exactly. So you have to celebrate those trade-offs.
That's good.
Now, the final notable quotable says, when you dance, your purpose is not to get to a certain place on the floor. It's to enjoy each step
It's
along
not.
the way.
I'm always trying to get to the middle of the floor.
Well, you have some soul, you have some rhythm, so you're.
Yeah. I like
But
that. though.
Wayne Dyer, he's talking about like life should be a dance.
Wise man.
And you should enjoy the dance itself. You shouldn't be like.
Enjoy the music. Get lost in it. Like.
And this
really
is a notification for the white people.
Yeah.
what we do. This is what we do. Music's playing.
Yeah.
And we're like, I think I know this beat.
Yeah.
And we have about 30 seconds to like
Yeah.
change the song, then we're screwed again. But we're like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Sharon, I really think we can know. I think we can nail this one. And we
Yeah.
get out there and we love those country line dances.
Yes.
Where there's a specific hard
Yes,
movement we have to
yes,
do.
yes.
Heel, toe, do, sit, do.
Come on, baby, let's
yeah.
go.
And that's okay. And that's okay if that's like your game. But what happens is in business, I'm just telling you, a lot of times we're running to run out to that specific spot,
Yeah.
do the specific line dance, and then as soon as the song ends, we're like, well, crap, Sharon, I don't even know this song. And then we leave, and that's just
Yeah.
and you don't want to be in business
Right.
where you're like, my goal is to make $1 million business. Pff,
Yeah.
oh crap, I don't even know what to do right now.
Right. You stay. Yeah, you stay.
You want to have a little soul.
Yeah, you got to stay with it.
You
Get
wanna-
into it. Lean into it.
Absolutely. So I'm just now step number 4, okay, is you want to define what you're willing to say no to.
Oh, that's hard. We live in a culture and society where nobody wants to say no.
You got to say no. So habits, purchases,
Right.
people.
That's really loaded for some people. It's hard to say
People?
no. It's hard to say no sometimes.
I said no to a man yesterday, and this is what happened. The young man says, "Can we talk?" Which I hate that question.
Yeah. It means trouble's coming, doesn't it?
So this is the premise of the conversation.
Yeah.
I said, just give me what the problem is. Give
Right.
me the solution.
Right.
I don't want to talk about it. Just
Right.
problem solution.
Right.
Well, it's really the way that some of the meetings are led. I feel like certain people are marginalized.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you want to do to solve it? Well,
Right.
there's nothing you can solve. It's
Oh.
more of just, I think, an understanding that we need to have that. And I'm going, so this is how my solution is.
Yeah. Because
You
that sounds
should-
like esoteric
He's a newer,
tomfoolery.
kind of a
what
newer
is that?
guy. Kind of a newer guy.
What is that?
In my, it's one of the, it's with the haircut business. And
Yeah.
so my solution is mentally.
Yeah.
So I said, hey, I think you're a good person.
Right.
Not good to work here, I think you should immediately stop working here.
Really? What did he
I
say?
just got the job.
What did he say?
Because anybody who feels that way at a job is not the kind of person I want to be around.
Right, because what can we do about that? It's not
I mean,
solvable. Why
the
did you
haircut
bring-
business,
yeah.
we have a morning huddle. We
Right.
go over what needs to be done, and we do it.
Right.
If you want to talk about how you feel, that's not the...
Marginalized. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
cut
but-
your hair. Cut your people's hair, please. Yeah.
Yeah,
Get your
so
job
all
done.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying is that, so you got to just, and for other people though, I have a friend of mine, he's a counselor,
Yeah.
and he would have loved that conversation. He'd be
Okay.
like, well, tell me how
Because
you
he can unpack,
feel.
understand. So maybe he just need to go see a counselor.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm just saying, Clay Stairs, he's a
Express.
Thrive mentor.
Yeah.
He's on Thrive Mentors. He he used to run a camp. He also used to be a school teacher.
Yeah.
He's the millionaire school teacher. He's gone on to be
Nice.
very successful as a consultant.
Great.
But people go to him for like business counseling,
Wow.
where they're like, I don't need a therapist who's like, well, how do you feel? But I need someone to go, how does your business make you feel? And how do you, and they want a counselor meets business.
Gotcha.
So all I'm getting is just define what you're willing to say no to. So
Say
notable
no.
quotable. Freedom means that you are unobstructed in living your life as you choose. Anything less is a form of slavery.
Yeah.
Wayne Dyer.
Wayne Dyer.
Another notable quote. To enjoy life, you don't need fancy nonsense, but you need to control your time and realize that most things just aren't as serious as you make them
good.
out to be.
What are some things that you say no to?
Okay, well, I'm just, these are some things I wrote down some
Yeah.
things here. Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't
time
ever
sucker.
go on it. I just don't really. I mean, Facebook to me is like, it's like a deal where
Quicksand. It's like
Yeah.
time sucker.
I'll
black
go on
hole.
there. It's a way for me to update the family about what I'm doing,
Yes.
and for me to see what they're doing if I want to.
Right.
But I don't
understand that.
care to discuss or. So a lot of times people will write something hateful on a post I make,
Yeah.
and my response is I defriend them all.
Yeah.
Anytime,
Haters.
and even if anyone even disagrees, I just
Yeah.
unfriend them.
Just
I don't
shake the haters off.
I
Just,
just-
be done. Keep
because-
the bus rolling. Boom, boom.
because to
boom.
me it's like to tell my dad what
Yeah.
I'm doing today.
Right. Right. And I get that because I don't live near my family, and
Yeah.
so it's nice to see. Oh, look
Yeah.
at my little nephew. Look what he's
And then
doing.
there's a little bit of like I love myself and I want to talk about myself.
I'm not into that part, but I limit myself to like a few minutes. I'm like, I can't take much more than that.
Here's what I'm eating.
It's
oh,
all-
I don't do that very much, but
Yeah,
you know.
yeah,
All right. Now
yeah,
the second thing
yeah.
is TV. I don't watch TV.
Yeah.
I watch basketball games
Right.
and Patriot games.
Yes, I know you like the Patriots. Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
watch TV.
Gotcha.
So last night my daughters were like, "What's?" They wanted to watch the Lego movie,
Yes.
and
Everything is awesome.
yeah.
Did you watch it with them?
And here's the thing: is it is a good movie. I think you should watch
It's
it.
funny.
I just don't do movies.
It's
So
funny.
I'm like,
It's funny.
I want to go.
Okay.
do something.
What if I'm a person who likes Facebook and TV?
Block time out for it.
Right.
Admit it.
it's-
Say it to people. Hey, listen.
Just
hey,
own it.
Listen here, Carl. Carl, I don't have time for this conversation because I'm going to go on Facebook right now.
Right. This is
'cause
my
I
time.
love it.
This is my time that
That's-
I blocked out for that.
And don't let people rip you.
Yeah.
My wife loves running.
Yes.
She just loves to run.
Yeah.
She says, "Do you want to go run?" Nope. Do you want to go
Right.
run with me tonight? I
Yeah.
do not.
Yeah.
How about if we go run? Nope.
Yeah. But
Wait, what-
she's blocked out time for that for her. It's important to her.
I also
Okay.
block out time. I say no to. I say no to idiots.
Okay.
So here's what I believe to be an idiot.
Yeah. What is an idiot? Yeah.
We're at my dad's reunion going through that situation, and some people come up to me, and everybody here watching, you're going to have a different political or religious view. I'm not trying to
Right.
be divisive. I'm just trying to be real. And this person comes up to me and goes, "Don't you think that it's sad that this high school reunion has to be paid for by the individuals here and not by the high school that your father went to?"
This is how they started out the
Yes.
whole. Okay. Wow.
And I said, like this. I just went, and I'm secretly scanning the room
Right.
for alcohol. But anyway, no, but I'm seriously, and so
Do you respond? Do you walk away?
I'm trying
what
to
do
listen.
You do with
Well, they're
that?
going, and she goes, and and
I
so
love that you were looking for alcohol.
no, I mean, I honestly, I was just like, because I didn't know what
Yeah,
to do.
What do I do? Yeah.
And I was just like, and she goes, and it's just like with this election, it's right now time where we have to decide.
We're going down.
We have to decide right now. Are we about a culture of working all the time,
Oh,
or are we?
gosh.
Because if we were to make a certain choice, this
That's
reunion
such a
could have been
downer,
paid
downer,
for by
downer.
the high school.
Going down.
And
Going
I'm
down.
and I don't and I don't know. So I said, you know what?
Abort.
There's certainly a lot of thought you've put into that.
Yeah.
I have to go to the bathroom.
Abort.
I'm not kidding. That's what I said.
Yeah, you have to just
I
get
have
out.
to go to the
Mhm.
bathroom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hoping they wouldn't follow me in.
Right.
They're on the opposite sex, so I thought it could be a quick move.
Good
So I go
thinking.
in there,
Good
I
thinking.
come out, and I kind of see them over there, and I'm like,
Other way.
and I go
Gotcha.
like a
Abort.
spy movie.
Abort.
So all I'm just
Abort.
saying is these are things. To me, an idiot is somebody who wants to argue with you
Yeah.
about their opinion for vast periods of time.
Yeah.
To me, that's an idiot. For you, an idiot might be somebody who only wants to talk about facts.
Right.
To you, an idiot, I'm just saying somebody who's not educated in communication enough to understand that arguing is not what people want to do.
Or just negative.
Just negative.
So just say no. Step 4, figure out what you want to say no to.
Absolutely. Now, step number 5 is define the opportunities and requests for your time that you're willing to say no to. We talked about this. It's a little different now because there's opportunities you have to say no to.
Okay.
So first is just talking about these purchases, the habits, the people, some of the things, but opportunities. See, you're on Thrive because you see opportunities.
Right.
You want to start a business.
And you can't take all the opportunities simultaneously.
So I get emails. We have one guy right now who's a Thriver. I love this guy. This guy. He says,
Sweet.
I have a company up here in Canada. And if you would come on and help my team in sales, I'll pay you, Clay. I'll pay you
Right.
$4,000 a month, and I'll
Right.
pay you a percentage. And
Right.
if you just help my team, I go.
Great opportunity.
I'm not gonna go to Calgary.
But I can't. Yeah.
I can't go to Calgary. It's just, but the weather, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
You've been up to this area? Have you been to Nova Scotia? Have you
yeah.
been up to
Oh,
the
yeah.
northern? And I said, I love Canadians.
Right.
Love me some Toronto Blue Jays.
Yes.
Love Justin Bieber.
Yes.
Love Bryan
Yes.
Adams. Love Alanis
Yes.
Morissette.
Yes.
Mounties. But
Yeah.
I just
Shania
don't.
Twain. Yeah.
Shania Twain.
Yeah.
But I don't. I'm not a traveler.
Right.
Clay,
Right.
have you ever? We'll put you first class. No.
Right. Right.
So I'm saying that opportunities, a little different than just because it's. I think
people, habits, things like that. But this is good because I know I sometimes think because it's a good thing that came to me. Oh, I should take advantage of that opportunity. And
I will tell you this:
can't
if you're
always.
diligent, you'll have more opportunities than what you know.
Sweet.
And I see people, entrepreneurs. Have you ever seen the entrepreneur who looks like he hasn't slept in like 2 years?
yes,
And he's got 18 businesses, and he's just
right. Yeah.
and you're like,
Frazzled. Yeah. Just
Carl, are you okay?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was pulling up an all-nighter, working on my new project.
Right.
You know,
right.
they don't want to do. So you've got to say no if you're an opportunist.
That's good to know.
Now, notable quote: I believe great people to be those who know how they got where they are and what they need to do to get where they're going. Great people have a vision of their lives that they practice emulating each and every day. They go to work on their lives, not just in their lives. They spend their lives aren't spent living out the vision they have of the future in the present. They compare what they've done with what they intended to do, and where there's a disparity between the two, they don't wait very long to make up the difference. What he's talking about is great people are very, 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 very specific about going, okay, here's what I'm committing to. Here's what I'm not committing to.
It's
Here
like
are
the
my
scales.
boundaries.
It's like the scales. You have to kind of weigh and get it balanced.
And Lee Cockrell is the guy who used to run Walt Disney World.
Yes.
The former executive vice president of Walt Disney World, a Thrive 15 mentor.
Sweet.
And his notable quote blew my mind because it's so simple, but are we doing it? So he says, a good way to think about the things that you should be adding into your planner when you do planning time is to think about the different responsibilities in your life that you have signed up for or you should have.
Wow.
For me, I think about my wife, my son and his wife, my 3 grandchildren, my job, my direct reports, my boss, my obligations to nonprofits, and I participate within the community, the church, financial planning for retirement, my health, work partners, friends, parents. We have many responsibilities in our lives. Most people do not do a good job with most of them. And if you can, make a list of what they are and then just think about them every day, and you'll be pleasantly surprised of how much more you have done in each area. The list of responsibilities grows as you get married or have kids or take on additional responsibilities.
Yep.
This process is a great way to ensure that you have not forgotten anything that is your responsibility. As an example, I'm a father.
Yes.
Someone says, did you decide that? Oh, maybe in a night of passion. No, but seriously, I wanted to have 5 kids. But honestly, there's people watching right now who have a unplanned child.
Right.
But you signed up for it.
Right. It's your responsibility now. Mm-hmm.
So, and you have a business.
Right. It's your
Maybe it's an
responsibility.
unplanned business. Maybe the business, you were so good at making cakes that people started asking you to make them.
Just developed.
But now you're a cake maker and you've committed to deliver a cake on June 5th.
Right. Got to get it done.
And you signed up to be a parent.
Right.
And you've signed up to maybe you should stop signing up for things.
Gotcha.
See, so just the other day, I had a young man, he says to me, I'm going on a missions trip to China, and it would mean the world to me if you could go with me.
Okay.
And I said,
Nice invite.
You want to go? I said, really? He goes, yeah, we're trying to teach entrepreneurship, and I think you and your wife would love it.
Yeah.
Another guy, older guy, he says, you and your wife need to go with me to Israel.
Sweet.
My wife and I go to Israel every year. I know your wife. You would love it.
Yeah.
This is all this week, friends.
Oh, wow.
Then there's another guy. He says, my daughter's graduated from high school, and she's going on because I'm in the kind of that Christian community.
Right.
She's going on a missions trip, and we're just needing someone to sponsor. It's only $500 a month you could pay for her to be out there. And
Right.
and I said to all of them, first one, no.
China. Yeah.
Second one,
Israel.
no. Third one,
Sponsor.
no. Only 2 of the 3 fought me on it.
Really?
One of them was like, okay.
I mean, you're just giving a flat no. No explanation. I mean,
I say,
how do you?
hey, I've already, with my commitments I've already made,
Right.
I cannot commit to something else without saying no to something I've already committed to.
Right.
Otherwise, I would drop drop the ball.
Right.
And the one
And
guy's
it's a
like,
ball that I can't drop.
and one guy goes, okay.
Okay.
But the other 2 literally challenged me.
What did they say?
So one guy goes, so this is a chance. I'm willing to pay for you to go to Israel.
Right.
To
Why would
visit.
you not take advantage of this?
And I'm like,
He
I
came
don't
back with a rebuttal. What did you do?
I said, and I got a little, I get a little crazy after time. But I said, I want you to respect what I told you, but 2,
Nice.
I don't like airplanes. I don't like
Right.
traveling. I plan I pride myself on not traveling abroad, and so I don't want to travel.
Yeah.
Well, you should see their culture. I love. Hey, listen, buddy,
Right.
I love Israel. I got an Israeli flag above my
Right,
desk,
right.
and I'm gonna keep the flag is as close as I'm
That's
getting.
all I'm doing.
I'm not going there, buddy.
You stay true to yourself.
Yeah.
And your commitments and
Yeah.
your values.
Now
Yeah.
the other guy, the whole thing, the whole missions thing, very, very passionate. But it's just, listen, this is a passion for me and my wife. We really are passionate about this cause. I just
Yeah.
can't believe. I mean, you have I'm going, I know it's your passion,
Right.
but it's not mine.
Okay, that's so good. It has to be a shared passion if I'm going to be involved in
I
this.
know that one person left irate.
Right. Wow.
The other 2
Right.
accepted it.
But good for you for holding the line for your responsibilities, because the more you add on, it dilutes, what you're doing.
I'm going to be honest with you, Thrivers. I only spent a total of about 5 minutes with each one of those.
Okay.
I used to spend hours.
Trying to convince, explain.
So I would leave the conversation. They'd go, well, could you think about it and call me back? And I used to go, I will.
Yeah.
Now I go, I'm not going to think about it. And I've decided no.
I appreciate the honesty.
And I'm saying these are things we have to learn.
Well, and I love all the things he listed there, because he's talking about his wife, his son, his grandchildren, his job, his boss, his obligations to not. I mean, that's a lot of things to filter through. And I really like that, because it's easy to not think about those things, or just to think about 1 or 2 and not really go deep.
David Robinson, our Thrive mentor, is probably the guy who's taught me the most about work-life balance
Yeah. Wow.
by just his actions.
Yeah. The Admiral.
He says, Clay, if I'm going to team up with Thrive15.com, this is David Robinson here.
Yeah.
We're talking about an NBA Hall of
Yeah.
Famer.
The Admiral.
He's a guy who runs a venture capital, of a capital fund. It's a real estate investment fund. It's worth $300 million.
Yeah.
They own Centerplate, Academy Sports.
Yeah. Awesome.
I mean, huge. They
He's
own
doing
hotels. And he goes, my son is playing football at Notre Dame, and my youngest son just signed to play basketball at, I think it's Duke.
Yeah.
Or I think it's Kentucky. I want to. We'll put it on the screen.
Yeah.
But he's like, and I want to get to their games.
Yeah.
And I want to see my wife. And so here's what I'm not willing to do, and here's what I am willing to do.
Wow. I so respect that. I really do. That's very admirable.
I think that I would have, if I was in his situation, and if I would have had my mindset I had at the time
Yeah.
with his situation, I would have been like, absolutely.
Let's do it.
Venture
Yeah.
capital
Right,
company?
right,
Yes.
right.
So
That's good to know. You have to think about all your responsibilities. I
now,
like that.
Now, step number 6, Thrivers, is you wanted to find who you're going to say no to.
Oh, man.
And I'm going to read this to you. Phil Libin. This is a guy who started Evernote. Everyone's going to be like sending in complaints and writing.
The number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year. We are Jared and Jennifer Johnson. We own Platinum Pest and Lawn and are located in Owasso, Oklahoma. And we have been working with Thrive for business coaching for almost a year now.
Yeah. So what we want to do is we want to share some wins with you guys that we've had by working with Thrive. First of all, we're on the top page of Google now. Okay. I just want to let you know what type of accomplishment this is. Our competition, Orkin, Terminex, they're both $1.3 billion companies. They both have 2,000 to 3,000 pages of content attached to their website. So to basically go from virtually non-existent on Google to up on the top page is really saying something. But that's come by being diligent to the systems that Thrive has, by being consistent and diligent on doing podcasts and staying on top of those podcasts to really help with getting up on with their listing and our ranking there with Google.
And also, we've been trying to get Google reviews, asking our customers for reviews. And now we're the highest rated and most reviewed pest and lawn company in the Tulsa area. And that's really helped with our conversion rate. And the number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year.
Wait, say that again. How much are we up?
411%.
Okay, so 411% we're up with our new customers. Amazing.
Right. So not only do we have more customers calling in, we're able to close those deals at a much higher rate than we were before. Right now, our closing rate is about 85%, and that's largely due to, first of all, like our Google reviews that we've gotten people really see that our customers are happy, but also we have a script that we follow. And so when customers call in, they get all the information that they need. That script has been refined time and time again. It wasn't a one and done deal. It was a system that we followed with Thrive in the refining process, and that has obviously the 411% shows that system works.
Yeah, so here's a big one for you. So last week alone, our booking percentage was 91%. We actually booked more deals, more new customers last year than we did the first 5 months, or I'm sorry, we booked more deals last week than we did the first 5 months of last year from before we worked with Thrive. So again, we booked more deals last week than the first 5 months of last year. And it's incredible. But the reason why we have that success by implementing the systems that Thrive has taught us and helped us out with. So.
Some of those systems that we've implemented are group interviews. That way we've really been able to come up with a really great team. We've created and implemented checklists. That way everything gets done and it gets done right. It creates accountability. We're able to make sure that everything gets done properly, both out in the field and also in our office. And also doing the podcast, like Jared had mentioned, that has really, really contributed to our success. But that, like you said, the diligence and consistency in doing those and that system has really, really been a big blessing in our lives. And also, it's really shown that we've gotten the success from following those systems.
Yeah. So before working with Thrive, we were basically stuck. Really no new growth with our business. And we were in a rut, and we didn't know.
The last 3 years, our customer base had pretty much stayed the same. We weren't shrinking, but we weren't really growing either.
Yeah, and so we didn't really know where to go, what to do, how to get out of this rut that we're in. But Thrive helped us with that. They implemented those systems. They taught us those systems. They taught us the knowledge that we needed in order to succeed. Now it's been a grind. Absolutely, it's been a grind this last year. But we're getting those fruits from that hard work and the diligent effort that we're able to put into it. So again, we were in a rut. Thrive helped us get out of that rut. And if you're thinking about working with Thrive, quit thinking about it and just do it. Do the action, and you'll get the results. It will take hard work and discipline, but that's what it's going to take in order to really succeed. So we just want to give a big shout out to Thrive, a big thank you out there to Thrive. We wouldn't be where we're at now without their help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Morrow. I'm a pediatric dentist. Through our new digital marketing plan, we have seen a marked increase in the number of new patients that we're seeing every month, year over year. 1 month, for example, we went from 110 new patients the previous year to over 180 new patients in the same month. And overall, our average is running about 40 to 42% increase month over month, year over year. The group of people required to implement our new digital marketing plan is immense, starting with a business coach, videographers, photographers, web designers. Back when I graduated dental school in 1985, nobody advertised. The only marketing that was ethically allowed in everybody's eyes was mouth-to-mouth marketing. By choosing to use the services, you're choosing to use a proven turnkey marketing and coaching system that will grow your practice and get you the results that you're looking for. I went to the University of Oklahoma College of Dentistry, graduated in 1983, and then I did my pediatric dental residency at Baylor College of Dentistry from 1983 to 1985.
Hello, my name is Charles Kolaw with Kolaw Fitness. Today I want to tell you a little bit about Clay Clark and how I know Clay Clark. Clay Clark has been my business coach since 2017. He's helped us grow from 2 locations to now 6 locations. We're planning to do 7 locations in 7 years and then franchise. And Clay has done a great job of helping us navigate anything that has to do with like running the business, building the systems, the checklists, the workflows, the audits, how to navigate lease agreements, how to buy property, how to work with brokers and builders. This guy is just amazing. He's this kind of guy has worked in every single industry. He's written books with like Lee Cockrell, head of Disney, with the 40,000 cast members. He's friends with like Mike Lindell. He does Reawaken America tours, where he does these tours all across the country, where 10,000 or more people show up to some of these tours. On the day-to-day, he does anywhere from about 160 companies. He's at the top. He has a team of business coaches, videographers, and graphic designers and web developers, and they run 160 companies every single week. So think of this guy with a team of business coaches running 160 companies. So in the weekly, he's running 160 companies. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's doing Reawaken America tours. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's also doing business conferences where 200 people show up, and he teaches people a 13-step proven system that he's done and worked with billionaires, helping them grow their companies. I've seen guys from startups go from startup to being multimillionaires, teaching people how to get time freedom and financial freedom through the system. Critical thinking, document creation, putting it into organizing everything in their head to building into a franchisable, scalable business. Like one of his businesses has like 500 franchises. That's just one of the companies or brands that he works with. So amazing guy. Elon Musk, kind of like smart guy. He kind of comes off sometimes as socially awkward, but he's so brilliant, and he's taught me so much. When I say that, like Clay is like, he doesn't care what people think when you're talking to him. He cares about where you're going in your life and where he can get you to go. And that's what I like him most about him. He's like a good coach. A coach isn't just making you feel good all the time. A coach is actually helping you get to the best you. And Clay has been an amazing business coach. Through the course of that, we became friends. I was really most impressed with him is when I was shadowing him one time. We went into a business deal and listened to it. I got to shadow and listen to it. And when we walked out, I knew that he could make millions on the deal. And they were super excited about working with him. And he told me, he's like, I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to turn it down, because he knew it was going to harm the common good of people in the long run. And the guy's integrity just really wowed me. It brought tears to my eyes to see that this guy, his highest desire was to do what's right. And anyways, just an amazing man. So anyways, impacted me a lot. He's helped navigate anytime I've got nervous or worried about how to run the company, or navigating competition and an economy that's like, I remember we got closed down for 3 months. He helped us navigate on how to stay open, how to get back open, how to just survive through all the COVID shutdowns, lockdowns.
I'm Rachel with Tip Top Canine, and we just want to give a huge thank you to Clay and Vanessa Clark.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan with Tip Top Canine. Just want to say a big thank you to Thrive 15. Thank you to Make Your Life Epic. We love you guys, we appreciate you, and really just appreciate how far you've taken us. This is our old house, right? This is where we used to live a few years ago. This is our old neighborhood. See, it's nice, right? So this is my old van and our old school marketing, and this is our old team. And by team, I mean it's me and another guy.
This is our new house with our new neighborhood. This is our new van with our new marketing, and this is our new team. We went from 4 to 14, and I took this beautiful photo. We worked with several different business coaches in the past, and they were all about helping Ryan sell better and just teaching sales, which is awesome, but Ryan is a really great salesman. So we didn't need that. We needed somebody to help us get everything that was in his head out into systems, into manuals and scripts, and actually build a team. So now that we have systems in place, we've gone from 1 to 10 locations in only a year.
In October 2016, we grossed 13 grand for the whole month. Right now it's 2018, the month of October. It's only the 22nd. We've already grossed a little over 50 grand for the whole month, and we still have time to go. We're just thankful for you, thankful for Thrive and your mentorship, and we're really thankful that you guys have helped us to grow a business that we run now instead of the business running us. Just thank you times 1,000.
The Thrive Time Show 2-day interactive business workshops are the world's highest rated and most reviewed business workshops, because we teach you what you need to know to grow.
You can learn the proven 13-point business systems that Dr. Zellner and I have used over and over to start and grow successful companies. I mean, we get into the specific steps on what you need to do to optimize your website. We're going to teach you how to fix your conversion rate. We're going to teach you how to do a social media marketing campaign that works. How do you raise capital? How do you get a small business loan? We teach you everything you need to know here during a 2-day, 15-hour workshop. It's all here for you. You work every day in your business, but for 2 days you can escape and work on your business and build these proven systems so now you can have a successful company that will produce both the time freedom and the financial freedom that you deserve. You're going to leave energized, motivated, but you're also going to leave empowered. The reason why I've built these workshops is because as an entrepreneur, I always wish that I had this. And because there wasn't anything like this, I would go to these motivational seminars, no money down, real estate, Ponzi scheme, get motivated seminars, and they would never teach me anything. It was like you went there and you paid for the big chocolate Easter bunny, but inside of it, it was a hollow nothingness. And I wanted the knowledge, and they're like, oh, but we'll teach you the knowledge after our next workshop. And the great thing is we have nothing to upsell. At every workshop, we teach you what you need to know. There's no one in the back of the room trying to sell you some next big get-rich-quick, walk-on-hot coals product. It's literally, we teach you the brass tacks, the specific stuff that you need to know to learn how to start and grow a business. And I encourage you to not believe what I'm saying, and I want you to Google the Z66 auto auction. I want you to Google elephant in the room. Look at Robert Zellner and Associates. Look them up and say, are they successful because they're geniuses, or are they successful because they have a proven system? When you do that research, you will discover that the same systems that we use in our own business can be used in your business. Come to Tulsa, book a ticket, and I guarantee you it's going to be the best business workshop ever, and we'll even give you your money back if you don't love it. We've built this facility for you, and we're excited to see you.
And now you may be thinking, what does it actually cost to attend an in-person 2-day interactive Thrive Time Show business workshop? Well, good news. The tickets are $250 or whatever price that you can afford. What? Yes, they're $250 or whatever price you can afford. I grew up without money, and I know what it's like to live without money. So if you're out there today and you want to attend our in-person 2-day interactive business workshop, all you got to do is go to thrivetimeshow.com to request those tickets. And if you can't afford $250, we have scholarship pricing available to make it affordable for you.